I gathered every tear the years had known and laid them like cold stones, one by one. The mortar was the silence left by you, the window stained with every shade of blue. I raised tall arches from abandoned prayers, where lonely echoes wandered unaware. No choir came to bless these empty aisles, only memories wearing broken smiles. I built these sacred walls to keep love near, but all they ever held was fear. This is a cathedral built from tears, standing through forgotten years. Every pillar bears your name, every candle burns the same. I kneel before a love that's gone, still waiting for a distant dawn. If heaven ever heard my plea, why did it leave these ruins here with me? The bells refuse to ring above the sky, as if they've learned the language of goodbye. Dust settles softly on the wooden pews, like winter wrapped in yesterday's bad news. The organ breathes a slow and mournful hymn. Its final notes are fragile, cold and dim. I light another candle in the dark, only to watch it fade before a spark. Faith grew weaker with each passing night, until sorrow became my only light. This is a cathedral built from tears, guarding all my vanished years. The stained glass tells our story still, though every color has grown still. The saints have closed their weary eyes, unable to answer all my cries. Only echoes wander through these halls as another lonely teardrop falls. If love was ever holy, then why did it become my cross? Why did every whispered prayer return as silence in the frost? I searched for miracles in shaded light, but found only shadows dressed as night. This is a cathedral built from tears, too sacred for the passing years. Though ivy climbs these broken walls, your memory answers every call. The roof may crumble into dust, the stone may surrender to time and rust, but the altar of my heart will always be the place where you still live, even if only in memory. When the last candle finally dies, when the final bell forgets to ring, when every prayer becomes the wind, I'll still be here inside this cathedral, built from tears, waiting for a voice that will never sing again.
The record spins in the darkness, playing songs from years ago. A crackle from the speakers, like a voice I used to know. The room is full of memories, the air is heavy with regret. I keep listening to the same old song, 'cause I'm not ready to forget. Every turn brings back the moment, every sound brings back your face. I'm trapped inside a melody that time could never erase. I'm a needle stuck in the groove, spinning where we used to be, repeating all the broken lines of a love that abandoned me. The record keeps on turning, but the song will never move. I'm a lonely heart forever, with a needle stuck in the groove. The vinyl holds our secrets, every whisper, every fight, the laughter and the promises that disappeared into the night. I tried to change the record, tried to find a different tune, but every road I follow always leads me back to you. The needle keeps on trembling, like my hands when you said goodbye. 1,000 songs are waiting, but I'm still asking why. I'm a needle stuck in the groove, spinning where we used to be, repeating all the broken lines of a love that abandoned me. The record keeps on turning, but the song will never move. I'm a lonely heart forever, with a needle stuck in the groove. Maybe I'm afraid of silence, maybe I'm afraid to heal, because forgetting you completely means admitting you were real. So I let the record whisper until the final sound is gone, holding on to yesterday until the needle moves on. I'm a needle stuck in the groove, lost inside a fading song, trying to find the place we started, knowing we were wrong. The record may stop spinning, the memories may lose their tune, but I'll always hear your heartbeat in the silence of this room. The record slows down, the last note fades, the needle lifts away, but the echo remains.
orchestra waits beneath a curtain of gray, holding the notes that we couldn't replay. The violins rest with the strings pulled tight, like broken hearts hiding from the night. The conductor raises a trembling hand, but the music no longer understands. A single breath moves through the empty hall, and I hear your absence before the first note falls. The room remembers what we used to be, every harmony carrying a ghost of you and me. There's a shiver in the string section, a tremble where our love once played. Every violin cries a confession for the promises that slowly decay. The terror mourns beneath the silence. The oars whisper your name. The orchestra keeps performing, but nothing sounds the same. The velvet seats hold shadows of the past, portraits of moments that couldn't last. Your favorite melody hangs in the air, a fragile reminder that you're not there. The bow moves gently across the strings, awakening all the forgotten things. Each note falls like winter rain, beautiful but filled with pain. Some songs survive after the singers leave, some wounds remain after we stop believing. There's a shiver in the string section, a cold wind passing through the sound. Every chord reveals the direction of the love we lost and never found. The violin reaches toward the heavens, the piano answers from below. Together they play our final story, the one we'll never know. Maybe the music was always goodbye, a beautiful storm beneath the fading sky. Maybe the final note was waiting there, hidden inside every whispered prayer. I asked the orchestra to play one more time, to bring back the rhythm that once was mine. But the strings only answered with tears, a melody buried beneath the ears. There's a shiver in the string section as the last performance begins. The instruments carry our reflection of all our losses and our sins. The curtain falls without an ending. The audience disappears. The hall grows quiet. The boughs fall still. The final note fades. But somewhere in the silence, a lonely string remembers the touch of your hand. Trembles forever. The morning light is barely breathing through the curtain stained with gray. The room still holds the shape of you, though you walked away. An empty ashtray on the bed, a cigarette that lost its flame, a little piece of yesterday still whispering your name. The silence sits beside me like an old familiar friend. I keep talking to the shadows, hoping you'll answer again. There's an empty ashtray on the bed where our last night came undone, a reminder of the words we said and the damage we had done. The smoke has disappeared, but the sorrow never left. There's an empty ashtray on the bed and a heart with nothing left. The sheets are cold without your heartbeat. The room is colder than before. Your footsteps faded in the hallway, but they're still inside my door. I keep the window slightly open, like you might return someday. But the wind only brings the truth that love can fade away. I try to clear the ashes, I try to clean the past, but some memories are poison that the heart refuses to pass. There's an empty ashtray on the bed where our last night came undone, a reminder of the words we said and the damage we had done. The smoke has disappeared, but the sorrow never left. There's an empty ashtray on the bed and a heart with nothing left. Maybe we were only burning until there was nothing more. Two flames fighting against the darkness till we couldn't burn anymore. Now I'm left with all the ashes, all the things we couldn't mend, holding on to the remains of a love that reached its end. There's an empty ashtray on the bed and the night refuses to move. 1,000 little pieces of a life I shared with you. The smoke may have vanished, the fire may have fled, but I still see your shadow in the empty space you left. The ashtray stays untouched, the room forgets your voice, the last ember disappeared. But losing you was not a choice. The house was quiet when the morning came. No one was left to call my name. The walls were dressed in perfect white, holding secrets from another night. The flowers stood beside the door, beautiful as they had been before. But beneath the calm and spotless art was the evidence of a breaking heart. Some wounds never stain the skin, they hide where no one looks within. I'm bleeding on clean white carpets, leaving traces no one sees. A silent flood of memories falling like autumn leaves. The room remains untouched and bright while I disappear into the night. Everything looks pure and harmless except the pain beneath the surface. The picture frame still hang in place, holding ghosts with familiar faces. The clock keeps moving through the hall, ignoring everything that had to fall. I tried to wash away the past, but some colors were never meant to last. The harder I scrub, the more I find the shadows that were left behind. The cleanest rooms can hide the most, the quietest hearts can feel like ghosts. I'm bleeding on clean white carpets underneath the perfect sky. Nobody hears the cracks inside me, nobody sees the reason why. The candles burn, the curtains sway, pretending nothing changed today. But every corner holds a scar from a love that fell too far. I built these walls to hide my sorrow, hoping they would protect tomorrow. But every echo, every sound reminds me of what I couldn't hold down. Maybe the hardest part of losing you was losing the person I once knew. Bleeding on clean white carpets, watching every dream fade away. The world keeps calling everything beautiful while I quietly decay. No one notices the fading light, no one sees the endless fight. The room stays perfect, cold and heartless while I bleed beneath the surface. The morning sun enters the room, was lost. I dug a hole beneath the fading trees for all the parts of me you used to see. The laughter that once came so easily, the hope that lived so quietly in me. I placed my dreams beneath the ground, along with every joyful sound. The person I was before goodbye was someone I could no longer find. Some things don't break with a sound, they simply disappear beneath the ground. I'm burying the best pieces of me, the ones you love, the ones I couldn't keep. Every smile, every spark, every beautiful scar, every wish that once carried me far. I leave them where the flowers won't grow, where only forgotten memories know. And I walk away from who I used to be, after burying the best pieces of me. The mirror shows a stranger in my place, with tired eyes and a forgotten face. The songs I wrote have lost their sound, their melodies buried underground. The colors that once filled my skies have faded into shades of goodbye. I search the ruins of my heart for the person I was at the start. I carried too much for too long, until even my strength was gone. I'm burying the best pieces of me, the fragile parts that still believe, the kindness, the dreams, the warmth inside, the little flames I try to hide. I cover them with endless rain to keep them safe from further pain, because sometimes the only way to survive is to let an old version die. Maybe one day flowers will bloom above the place where I left my youth. Maybe another heart will find the pieces I abandoned behind. Maybe the person I lost along the way will return with a brighter day. But tonight I stand beneath the trees, saying goodbye to the best of me. I'm burying the best pieces of me, not because they weren't worth keeping, but because they carried too much weight, too many nights, too many endings. still remains around. The earth grows quiet, the rain falls slow, the wind remembers what I let go. And beneath the roofs, beyond the trees, rest the beautiful pieces that once were me. The cemetery breathes beneath the rain, each stone engraved with someone's quiet pain. I walk between the names that time has worn, carrying a heart too tired to mourn. The marble glows beneath the clouded sky, like frozen tears that never learn to dry. I hear your whisper in the autumn breeze, a ghost that lingers in the dying leaves. Every step I take feels heavier than before, as if the earth is calling me below its floor. I'm sinking under the marble slab where love became an epitaph. Every prayer falls into silent stone, leaving me to grieve alone. The weight of yesterday pulls me down beneath this cold and sacred ground. I close my eyes and lose my breath, halfway between remembrance and death. The roses bow with petals stained in gray, as fading daylight slowly slips away. The bells no longer ring for souls like mine, they only count the passing hands of time. Your photograph is weathered by the years, softened by forgotten hopes and tears. Still I kneel beside the empty space, searching for the warmth of your embrace. If love survives beyond the final sleep, why does its silence cut so deep? I'm sinking under the marble slab, clutching every dream we never had. The sky has closed its weary eyes, hiding all the stars from mine. frozen chest. Only roots of sorrow growing without rest. I'm sinking under the marble slab where broken souls and silence overlap. The angels pass but never speak my name, as if they know I'll stay the same. Though tomorrow waits beyond the dawn, the part of me you loved is gone, until the marble turns to dust above. I'll lie beneath the weight of our unfinished love. The rain keeps falling, the stone keeps waiting, the world keeps turning without your voice. And somewhere beneath the cold white marble, a heart still beats, too buried to be saved. I found my name carved in the stone where the rain forgot to fall, a place where broken wishes sleep and shadows cover all. The rope is snapped, the bucket's gone, the moon won't look below. I'm standing where the silence lives, where only lost things grow. Every tear became a river, every memory a stone. I kept calling out your name, but the darkness answered alone. I'm at the bottom of the rusted well, where the echoes never die, where the words we never finished still are falling from the sky. I'm drowning in the yesterday that I never could escape. At the bottom of the rusted well, I'm the ghost I couldn't save. The walls remember every promise that you're leaving left behind. The cracks are filled with photographs of a love we couldn't find. I held on to a fading voice like a candle in the rain, but the flame became a whisper, and the whisper became pain. I counted all the empty nights, I measured every scar. The farther that I fell inside, the less I knew who we are. I'm at the bottom of the rusted well, where the echoes never died, where the words we never finished still are falling from the sky. I'm drowning in the yesterday
I built this well from all the pieces of a life I shared with you. I'm at the bottom of the rusted well, where the cold stones know my name, where the love we buried quietly still burns without flame. And if I disappear tomorrow, let the lonely waters tell I was searching for your heartbeat at the bottom of the rusted The rope is gone, the sky is far, the echo fades away, but I still hear you calling from yesterday. The window wears a coat of winter rain, tracing little rivers down the pane. I breathe your name into the frozen glass, watching another memory slowly pass. The room is filled with the silence you left, a hollow space inside my chest. The world outside keeps moving on, while I remain where you are gone. My reflection fades beneath the frost, a picture of everything I lost. The breath on the cold glass is the last proof I was here, a fading mark of a lonely heart, a whisper made of fear. I write your name when no one sees, then watch it disappear with ease, like our love, like our past, like the breath on the cold glass. The streetlights tremble through the falling snow, painting shadows where the old dreams go. Your coat still hangs beside the door, waiting for footsteps that return no more. Oh, the clock keeps counting empty hours while winter kills the dying flowers. I hold the silence close to me, the only thing that stayed faithfully. The glass remembers every tear, but it cannot bring you near. The breath on the cold glass carries words I couldn't say,
face in the reflection, but only find the person I became. A stranger waiting in the silence, still calling out your name. The breath on the cold glass is disappearing with the dawn. The morning light reveals the truth, another night is gone. No hand will write beside mine, no voice will cross this frozen line. Only echoes from the past and the breath on the cold glass. The window clears, the letters fade, the winter morning arrives. But for one final moment, I see your name before it vanishes, like everything beautiful that was never meant to last. The winter arrived without a warning sign, stealing every warmth I called mine. The windows wear a blanket made of frost, reflecting all the things we lost. The fireplace remembers your gentle hands, but only ashes answer my demands. The snow keeps falling like a silent prayer, covering footprints that are no longer there. The seasons change, but I remain frozen inside a forgotten name. This is the code of solstice on record, where even the stars have lost their color. The moon hides behind a veil of gray and steals the final warmth away. The world keeps turning through the snow, but my heart stopped long ago. I'm trapped beneath this endless winter sky, watching every piece of us die. The trees stand bare like broken vows, with frozen tears upon their boughs. The birds have left this empty land, carrying songs I cannot understand. Your coat still hangs beside the door, a ghost of what we had before. I touch the fabric, close my eyes, and feel the distance between our lives. They say the sun returns after the night, but some darkness survives the light. This is the coldest solstice on record, a season that refuses to surrender. The rivers sleep beneath the ice, like dreams that pay the final price. The wind repeats your last goodbye across this frozen empty sky. No fire burns, no flowers grow, only memories beneath the snow. I carved your name into the ice, knowing it would not survive. But for one moment in the fading cold, I could pretend we weren't growing old. Maybe love is like a winter storm, beautiful before it loses form. This is the coldest solstice on record, the longest night my soul remembers. The candles fade, the shadows stay, the dawn feels farther every day. Yet beneath this frozen ground, a forgotten heartbeat can still be found. If spring ever returns to me, I'll carry the winter where your love used to be.